Imagine earning an extra $5K a month. Well, this could be potentially possible by doing a side hustle. And side hustles are gaining a lot of popularity because people are looking to make money, of course. And with the rising cost of living, so many more people now more than ever are constantly looking for new ways to make money. And side hustles not only offer a way for you to earn this extra money, but they also allow you to explore your own passions and your own interests, which I find to be very important. And the potential to earn over $5,000 a month just by doing different side hustles is not only a dream, but it is a real possibility. Which is why I wanted to make a video that goes over 6 different realistic side hustles. Because a lot of people will be talking about side hustles that will only make you a few cents here and there, but I want to be finding these side hustles that will meet that goal of potentially making $5,000 in a month. And also these side hustles could have the potential to take over your full-time job, and it could become your full-time job. And many people have successfully turned their hobbies and skills into a realistic and working side hustle that actually makes money. And this earning potential can significantly impact your financial situation. And it can allow you to pay off debts that you might have. Hey, I'm a college student, I get it. Or it might allow you to spend a little extra and go to eat and treat yourself here and there a little bit more. But not only will you be working towards a financial goal, you will also be developing new skills and expanding your networks. So, without further ado, I found 6 different side hustles, and let's get into them. And the first side hustle is going to have to deal with dropshipping, but doing it organically. And dropshipping is a very unique business model because it allows you to sell products, but you don't have to hold an inventory for these products. So when I say, oh, let's set up an online shop, I don't mean, oh, we have to have 100 t-shirts in our room right now and we have to package all of them up and sell them. No, we don't have to deal with any of that whatsoever. All we have to do is list the t-shirts and then make money. And the process of dropshipping starts with finding a niche that interests you. So it could be t-shirts, it could be mugs, or mugs that have to do with the ocean, or t-shirts that have to do with the ocean. But once you've identified your niche, it is time to find a reliable supplier. And the supplier is going to be somebody who is going to fulfill these orders and ship them out on your behalf. So this is going to involve a little bit of research here because you're going to need to look into what suppliers fit your needs the best and fit your niche. And you also want to evaluate their product quality because you don't want to be selling products that are not of quality. And after securing your suppliers, you're going to want to set up a shop. Now, where are we going to set up a shop? A very popular place that you can do so is going to be on a place called Shopify. And this is where you can showcase your products and manage your sales. And one of the most significant advantages of doing dropshipping is going to be the low startup cost because you don't have to be buying boxes to ship out these products. You don't have to deal with shipping things. You don't have to have that investment in your inventory, which is a win in my book. And something that is also very important is the fact that you pay for these products only after you make a sale. So you don't have to be pouring money into this business. And this low barrier entry makes it very applicable to a lot of people and accessible. However, in order to succeed in organically dropshipping, you're going to need to put out some high quality products that do provide value. You don't want to be We're not selling nonsense in this house. So what I mean here is you need to find products that are in demand and people will want to buy, but these products are also offering unique features. And by prioritizing your quality, you're able to build a stronger reputation within the whole dropshipping world. And by embracing dropshipping, you could be able to build a very profitable business for yourself. And you are also going to be minimizing your risk potential, but maximizing your earning potential. Okay, now I want to get into our second side hustle, and that is going to be the e-commerce world. Now, at first I was wondering what is the difference between e-commerce and drop shipping because they kind of sound like the same thing. But when you have an e-commerce business, you are going to typically have more control over your products rather than if you were just doing drop shipping. And when you are selling products through e-commerce, you are going to be buying these products in bulk to sell to people and managing your own inventory. And with the rapid growth of online shopping, so many people come to the internet to buy things, whether it be clothes or accessories or literally anything fun that they want. A lot of the time, people are going to come to the internet to buy these products, which is why it's not a bad idea to stick to selling online. So one of the most popular e-commerce platforms is going to be known as Amazon, because a lot of the time I'm like, hey, I need a Halloween costume, I go on over to Amazon. Or, hey, I want a frame for this picture for my room, I go to Amazon. But having this shift of people, they usually go into a store to buy something, but now we're having this shift of them going online to buy something, it makes for a huge market. Now, what exactly should we make an e-commerce store on? Well, there are a lot of different ideas I could think of, but you could be making things like eco-friendly products or handmade crafts, or we could even switch on over to the digital world and sell digital products, which I would say that is a very, very smart idea. But choosing a unique selling proposition is going to be very important when it comes to e-commerce. But also, when you're choosing which products to sell, make sure to always consider your interests and your own expertise. Because having a passion in what you're selling can make you more appealing to your audience, and you can resonate with your audience more and meet the needs of your audience as well. Now, where exactly should you create your store? Now again, we could hop back on over to a place like Shopify because they can help you with that as well. If you're just starting an online business and you don't know where to start, I would suggest checking out Shopify. And I'm not sponsored by them. This is just based off of research, what I've seen. Shopify is a very big name, very big company, so maybe check them out. And each platform is really going to have a big pros and cons list, so you're gonna wanna make sure to research different platforms to see what meets your needs the best. And to set up your e-commerce store, you're going to simply choose a platform in which you want to sell products on, sign up with it. And now that I'm thinking about it, another big place that you could sell products on would include Etsy. That is a huge e-commerce platform because a lot of people are even reselling their clothes on there, or they're press printing t-shirts, or they're making mugs, or they're making different arts and crafts to sell. So Etsy would be a good one. But all you have to do is sign up for one of these platforms, add your products, add descriptions for these products, make your account look all pretty and beautiful, and set up your aesthetic. And just make sure to have a visually attractive layout, because then this could increase your chances of people buying your products. I was actually just on Etsy the other day because I was like, hey, I love Disney, I want a Disney t-shirt. So I went on Etsy, and there are so many good Disney t-shirts out there, you guys. On Etsy, I found this really cool one where it's like a baby tee and it has the Epcot ball on it with like Mickey Mouse or whatever. Maybe I'll put a picture. In order to effectively market your e-commerce store, you're going to need to promote it on different platforms, and this is where I would say social media is going to be your best friend. And additionally, always make sure to utilize your analytics to keep track of what is selling well and what isn't selling well, and then sell more of what is selling well and make more products like that product. And just always make sure to allow time for yourself to adjust your strategies as time goes on. All right, now we're getting into our third side hustle, and that is going to be the side hustle of copywriting. And copywriting is going to be the art of creating a persuasive text. And this text is going to be aimed at targeting an audience to do a specific action. And this action could include things like making a purchase, or signing up for a newsletter, or signing up for an email list. And in the realm of marketing, copywriting is very, very important. And businesses will heavily rely on good copywriting in order for their businesses to flourish. And as a side hustle, copywriting is going to provide a unique opportunity for those who love to write. But you don't even necessarily have to love to write, because AI exists nowadays. But in order to get started with the copywriting journey, it is essential to have the right skills. And when I say right skills, it could mean writing really, really good. Or it could also mean learning how to prompt ChatGPT very, very good as well. But for aspiring copywriters that actually want to better themselves as a copywriter, you could also go on YouTube and learn a little bit more there, or you could purchase some online courses on copywriting. And once you feel confident in your copywriting skills, it is time to list your services. But where in the world do we do that? Where do we find these clients? It is never a bad idea to hop on over to freelancing platforms such as Upwork or Fiverr, my best friends. And I say they're my best friends because they're just very easy platforms to get started with. You won't be too confused. And in order to attract clients, you're gonna wanna make a compelling profile. And a profile that just showcases your skills and abilities, which in this case, it would be copywriting. And when you're freelancing, you're going to want to be proactive, meaning make sure to stay on top of applying for jobs and also completing jobs that you've already been accepted for. Another thing you could do to find different clients is just hop on social media, network with different online businesses and different online communities. And by leveraging these different platforms and improving your craft, you can establish a successful copywriting side hustle. Now let's move on to our fourth side hustle, and that is going to be event planning. Now this is for anybody that loves, of course, planning events, which I know there are a lot of people out there. My mom would be one of those people. She loves planning things. So, Mom, if you're watching, this side hustle is for you, girl. But event planning just involves planning different events, whether it be for weddings or it be for somebody's graduation party or a birthday party even. And I would also like to throw in travel planning within the event planning category because that is something that a lot of people need help with. When I'm scrolling on TikTok, I see a lot of videos being like, hey, I could plan this vacation for you. Or they even have the vacation planned out, being like, hey, a trip to Disney and going to Magic Kingdom and staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge is going to cost this much for a family of 4. So you could make yourself a name that way, or you could help people out individually as well. Because usually back in the day, way back in the day, in the olden days, when dinosaurs were roaming the earth, when dinosaurs wanted to throw a party, they'd have to find another dinosaur to help them plan this event. But nowadays, dinosaurs, well, they don't exist, but nowadays, when a person wants to throw an event, they go on over to Google and the internet and social media, and they find somebody to plan their event that way. So with that being said, you don't necessarily have to find people in person to plan events for. You can do it completely from your computer or your phone. And the first thing that you're going to want to do when it comes to the event planning side hustle is you're going to want to find a niche. So what kind of events are you going to be planning? Are you going to be planning somebody's vacation, somebody's wedding, or are you going to be planning somebody's birthday party? You want to make sure to specialize in a specific niche. So if you're going to be planning something, I would say stick with one genre, like just stick with weddings or just stick with birthday parties. And that way you are able to really grow yourself within a specific market rather than trying to plan a wedding and then planning a birthday party and then being like, hey, these are two different genres. Next, building an online presence is really going to get your name out into the world. You could start by creating a professional website, or you could also create a social media account like a TikTok account or a YouTube account or even an Instagram account. And this way you're able to promote your offerings and reach a broader audience. And then you're going to need to list your services because we want people to buy our services, but where in the world do we do this? I found that you could even list your services on a place like Facebook Marketplace. But like I was saying earlier, you could go the content creation way where you just post literally TikToks talking about how you could plan somebody's vacation and then have people reach out to you. You could be a freelancing event planner, which could work as well. But effective marketing strategies for event planners is going to include networking and building strong relationships within the industry. You could also utilize email marketing and different newsletters to keep potential clients informed about your services. Now, when it comes to pricing your services, I would say to look at what other people are pricing their services as and then model it off of that just to make sure that you're keeping that competitive pricing and an accurate pricing. You don't want to overcharge people, especially when starting out as well. You could also make different packages and you could be like, hey, I can help with this aspect, and if I do both of these, I'll give you the second service half off. Now we're going to be moving on to our fifth side hustle, and that is going to be social media management. Now, we all know social media is everywhere, whether it be Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, but there are so many creators out there that are looking for help in order to grow their accounts. And this could be great if you're somebody that doesn't want to be the face of an account, but you want to help somebody else and make some money for yourself that way and learn a little bit more about social media. But so many businesses and influencers utilize the platforms of social media to grow their names. So having a manager for their social media accounts is a huge market and very needed. So let's hypothetically say there's this coffee business in New York and they have really, really good coffee and really good matcha and really good chai, and they have a good name for themselves locally, but they want to attract more customers. So they could go onto social media and create a platform for their coffee shop, but let's say they have no idea how to create engaging content for themselves. This is where you could come in. And for content creators, having a social media manager can take a lot of the weight off of their shoulders, because then the coffee shop can focus more on making their coffee rather than their social media, but then they can also flourish in their social media game because you're helping them. And to tap into this growing market, you could really just reach out to different businesses that look like they're lacking in the social media world. You could also go on platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook to help you connect with different creators, or you could also hop on over to another freelancing website like Fiverr and Upwork. And when you're reaching out to people, a well-structured email is going to be very important because it can help you stand out and it can help you get the job. And your well-structured email should start with a personalized beginning, and then you also want to make sure that you've shown that you've done your research within your email and that you value this company and this content creator. And just highlight your specific skills that you can apply to this content creator's business. And finally, make sure to end your email off with a clear call to action. You don't want this person reading your email and thinking, wait, what do I do next? You want them to know what they should do next. And I'm actually learning about this in my professional writing class. So I've been practicing writing these emails. So if you need help writing the email, I've got your back. And by focusing on building relationships with your clients and presenting yourself as a knowledgeable resource, I have no doubt that you could effectively position yourself as a social media manager. But this is going to be one side hustle that is going to take a little bit of trial and error because you're going to have to be reaching out to different people. And by having this proactive approach, you can establish yourself as a social media manager. And oh my goodness, you guys, we have made it to our sixth side hustle. I don't even think there's a right way to hold my hands. But anyways, we're going to be getting into my favorite side hustle, and you guessed it, if you guys know me, it is going to be content creation, but also content creation with YouTube. We've been talking about managing social media and helping other people with their businesses, but let's say you're somebody that wants to manage the business yourself. You want to hold down the fort, you want to make all the money yourself. And when you become a content creator, you open the door to multiple revenue streams, which is something that can be very appealing to a lot of people. Because again, who doesn't love to make money? For example, you could have a YouTube channel that revolves around makeup, but then you also have a blog that revolves around makeup, and also an Instagram account that revolves around makeup. And then within those different social media accounts, you put affiliate links, and then boom, 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 you have 4 revenue streams. Many content creators also will leverage a platform that is known as Patreon, and I know Trisha Paytas, she has a podcast called Just Trish, and I do watch Just Trish, and I did sign up for her Patreon so I could get bonus podcast episodes, and I also got a signed headshot of her, which I thought was really fun. So you could throw in things like that for your audience and make it more of a community and make it fun. And when you are embarking on the social media content creation journey, you're gonna want to make sure to, again, pick the correct niche. And that is going to be very important when starting any business. You want to choose a niche that not only aligns with your passions, but it also aligns with a lot of other people's passions as well. So like I was saying, starting a YouTube account that revolves around beauty, there's a huge beauty community out there, and I would be in the beauty community as well because I love watching makeup tutorials and love learning about makeup and all things to do with fashion and beauty. Anyways, I'm just girly like that, you guys. But selecting a specific area to focus will help you gain that target audience and also a dedicated audience. And once you've chosen your niche, the key to success here is really going to lie within consistency with posting. Regularly posting content is what's going to really grow your account. Now, of course, not just posting a bunch of random stuff is going to grow your account, but you're gonna wanna be posting content that does create value and hold value within it. So I would say maybe stick to a posting schedule. Maybe let's say you have a blog and you want to post on your blog twice a week, and you could also use ChatGPT to help you with your blog to speed up that process. Or you want to post on YouTube and you want to post 3 times a week, which is what I've been trying to do. And having this consistency, you're able to grow this loyalty within your audience because you're like, hey, I'm here 3 times a week. And as you create more and more content, you're able to go back into your analytics and really track what is working and what isn't working, and then you're able to do more of what is working and do less of what isn't working. And by committing to a consistent posting routine and posting content of value, you could potentially steadily grow your platform and unlock several revenue streams. Now in this video, we explored 6 different side hustles that do have the potential to be making $5,000 in a month, and there are unique opportunities that each side hustle presents. And the key takeaway from this video is with dedication and the right strategies, you could be able to grow any of these side hustles. And I highly encourage you to take action and explore any of these side hustles if any of them sound interesting. The potential for success is within your reach. Now I did mention that my favorite side hustle is going to be YouTube, so if you want to learn how to make money on YouTube without having to make videos, make sure to click on this video right here. This video will truly get you set up on the right foot when it comes to making money with a YouTube channel. You won't want to miss it, so we'll see you guys there and make sure to check it out.